Welcome back, gang. Today we have, what is this here? A Vento? What is it called?
1997 Volkswagen Jetta. It is in Vento badging. Just by way of how it came about, it came with a set of Vento badges in the trunk and eco taillights. So we just went with that. So we're calling it a Vento today.
So in Europe, this would be marketed as a Volkswagen Vento.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And there's a couple different markets over there, but that changed the name. I'm not sure exactly how that all works out, but yeah, a couple markets are using Vento.
Could you get a Vento in a left-hand drive, or were most of them right-hand drive, depending on the market?
I'm not that up to speed on that.
Yeah, me neither.
Particular finite details of the Volkswagen scene, but
all I know is on this channel, guys, we're automotive enthusiasts. So if it's got an internal combustion engine and at least two wheels, we'll go with that. At least two wheels and tires, we like it. So tell me more about this. Is this your build sheet here?
This is a build sheet, yeah, for the car. That's what we got done to it. So this car was an interesting find. It's a $500 car.
It was $500 to start with.
Car. Obviously, it didn't look like this when we got it.
I'd say not.
But it did have a couple interesting features on it. It already had a Eurospeed cold air intake, a Eurospeed adjustable short shift kit. Those are all like 90s, early 2000s parts.
Yeah.
And it already had the eco taillights, the Vento badging.
Yeah.
Someone had already done.
Somebody had already started.
Like, you know, Fast and Furious build in the early 2000s. So we got a hold of it.
Overnight parts from Japan.
You know, and so, you know, it's had a whole workover. It's always been, you know, paint correction, polish, wax a number of times. The trim's been blacked out.
Yeah.
It's got the badgeless grille. It's now wearing European textured side trim and fender flares.
What kind of wheels are those?
So that's the other interesting part of this car. This budget build. This is a car that I drove around for a couple of years. It started out as a project for my girlfriend to drive, but she ended up not wanting to get into a standard.
Yeah.
And so I picked up the car for cheap, started detailing that, and then scored these wheels, brand new in the box with 1998 date codes on them, with the original sales invoice from Boyd Coddington for like $1,600.
New old stock.
Brand new, never been mounted, no scuffs on the mounting pads at all.
From Coddington?
Brand new. So they're Boyd Coddington billet mag, and that sort of places them right in the correct era for the car that you would have bought. Wheels for this car, that would be it.
Yep.
So the 15x7 in the front, 15x8 in the rear. Obviously, it just happens to be the perfect offset for this car. I think there is 5 or 10 mil spacers in the rear just to make it sit a little more flush.
Yep.
Inside, it's obviously got a new custom carpet, accent colored, you know, shift e-brake steering wheel.
Did you make that yourself?
All the carpet.
Yeah, you sewed it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Custom carpet. I do upholstery. So we color match that accent color. That's a early 2000s Momo Millennium Evo steering wheel. I remember that being on a shelf in a speed shop in the early 2000s for a ridiculous amount of money.
I can remember stuff like that in the early 2000s.
Picked that one up off Facebook Marketplace and just gave it a little restore.
Yep.
You can't really see it right now, but this whole car has underglow under the seats and the dash, all purple to match that accent color
trim. It looks amazing in person, I can tell you that much.
And then, of course, it has the beautiful condition 1990s inserts. Which, I mean, that textured cloth, the color, I mean...
I haven't seen that since I was in high school.
Generally, you see it, it's all faded out.
It's all faded or ripped. It has... Usually when you see this stuff, guys, it's got the vertical rips in it.
But this one's managed to survive. It looks pretty sharp. And so, yeah, just...
And it's a 5-speed?
It is a 5-speed, yeah.
What does it run for power, then? It's got...
So it's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's not the V6. But it has no shortage of power, so let's take a look under the hood.
Okay, 2-liter.
So it's a 2-liter, yeah, fuel injected. That's the Eurospeed cold air intake with the heat shield. And then up over the back of the transmission is the Eurospeed adjustable short shift.
Okay, yep.
Kit. So this car has all new everything on it because it was going to be for the girlfriend. It's got all brand new Moog control arms, bushings. It's got full bodied coilover suspension, new clutch. Everything's
Is this
new.
a stereo or something?
That's that's 0 gauge feed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a 100 amp breaker.
Yeah, 100 amp breaker. I see that
so
now.
So that's going to a splitter in the trunk, which we can get to, and that'll feed multiple amps with that size of cable.
So what does this engine pull for power, like 120 horse or something, or?
You know, actually, I don't know off the top of my head. We were just talking about that the other day. supposedly this one's got the intake and the short shift kit. The guy said he thought it had a cam in it. Of course, there's no real good way to proof that from the outside.
Yeah, what do you do, right?
But it sounds good on paper, so we could go with that. But definitely, you know, there's a Honda in the back there with 120 horse, and this, you know, definitely eclipses that just from the seat of your pants dyno.
Yeah,
It feels like it's got more
the butt
pull.
dyno.
The
Yeah,
butt dyno, that's right. So
I like seeing the different types of engineering too. Like this right here, you would never see this type of reservoir bottle on a like North American car.
no, definitely a very German accent.
Yeah.
And this transmission, that's how it ended up. The start of the new clutch was the pedal started falling to the floor and not returning it. So this particular transmission is notorious for this. Instead of a direct clutch fork to release the clutch, it uses a finger and a push rod that travels through the transmission and hits a plate on the other side of the clutch to push it off.
So is this the control cable right here?
That's the clutch cable.
Okay, and then it goes down.
That's how these things start going downhill.
Through here is the thing you were just talking about?
This is the manual version of the clutch cable. Obviously, there's the adjustment there.
Mm-hmm.
It came with the automatic adjusting cable, which has every time the pedal goes down, it kicks a notch and keeps the clutch in tension as it wears down.
Yeah.
The problem with those is it increases tension on the push rod, and eventually it forces the push rod through the clutch release plate.
Yeah.
And then you're not releasing the clutch any longer. The pedal's just going right through it. So that was the start of the new clutch, which is now installed. It's like fresh installed. This, you know, it's still in break-in period now.
And it's just front wheel drive, correct?
Just front wheel drive, yeah.
Let's take a tour around the back side here.
So I'll get inside here. We'll pop the trunk. This is just got like a nice sort of street package trunk. Very clean, no fasteners.
Did I just lift? I don't want to pull it.
Be a lift. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's so tidy.
So that's all custom paneling that we have done on site here for this car. No fasteners. That's how I like to do these trunk setups.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the 4 in the faceplate of the sub box. This is pre-existing. And so yeah, it's got an older sort of era-specific Sony head unit feeding a 500 watt JBL amp, and that's a 12-inch cadence subwoofer that used to have the anodized orange cone, but that didn't fit the build, so now it's wearing trim black. And then again, you can't really see into those pockets. I'm sure you could put a photo into the video.
Yeah.
But everything's got back glow, you know, and you open this thing at night and it just looks insane.
Well, we might have to take a quick video of the car at night. I love how clean this is all done, Kurt. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Because you built all this, right?
Just it's all custom panels.
Yeah.
Just from scratch, you know, it's just an empty tin trunk, just like any other.
Yeah, just like any other.
And so in this case also, in these cars, for whatever reason, Volkswagen put the spare basically right under where that subwoofer is right now.
Okay.
So when you do a custom trunk like this, you know, more or less, you're probably never going to pull the spare out and do that on a car like this. But the guy who's going to end up with the car wasn't quite comfortable with that. So what I've done is I won't do the whole thing, but this panel actually lifts out.
The floor panel will lift out.
So all the seams actually sort of hide. This lifts out. There's the spare. And then that whole sub enclosure and the wall slides all the way to the back of the trunk, and you can get the spare out through the inside of the car.
Yeah, nice.
So it's nice and clean. You can still access the spare. It's still practical. And
these are the Euro taillights?
That's the smoked Euro taillight.
Yeah.
That's right. E-code is what they generally refer to.
Yeah.
I think the front end needs the E-code headlights. They sort of have a carbon smoked glass lens, which would fit that black.
Does it have exhaust on it, or is that just a tip?
It does have a catback Borla exhaust.
Okay.
And that's just a tip.
Yeah.
With that package. And that's another thing that was already on the car. The intake, clutch, the shift kit.
I love the era-specific wheels.
Oh, and they're just a beautiful wheel too.
They are. They're a really nice wheel. Let's take a look at the back seat too here. Even like, I know this isn't a Mercedes, but the way that the Germans make cars,
it is like, just a bit more neat and tidy.
Everything's tidy, like the doors, the way they open and close, it's more solid.
No, there's
the trim,
fit and finish.
Yeah, it's a different fit and finish.
You know, detrimental to your temper when you're taking it all apart,
yeah,
putting it back together, but it makes a really nice looking final product for sure.
Oh, it's even got the glow in the back and the footwells.
Yeah, no, it's all.
We're gonna have to get some nighttime footage of this car, I do believe, my friend. Close this door. Yeah, like the way that door closes, guys, you can tell the difference. Now, I'm a North American car guy myself, but the way that the doors close on a German manufactured vehicle, it reminds me of like a Grand Wagoneer or one of the higher Lincolns, or like
attention to quality there.
A Chrysler Imperial,
and
right?
even on like an economy model such as this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, you'd never see this on like a Dodge Lancer from the late 90s.
No,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't have that fit and finish.
Even the texture on like the plastics, the quality of the plastics on the dash, and like,
it is. They really pull off the leather look. It just is a nicer look. These are actually wrapped door panels. So that's a cardboard substrate with a heat pressed vinyl.
Oh,
wrap.
really?
So it is. It's not molded plastic at this point in time yet.
This is vinyl.
Yeah, it's actually wrapped.
No wonder it's so nice.
Yeah, it's just a little bit nicer than your modern.
Yeah, a little bit nicer than your modern
plastic.
heat stamp plastic. Yeah, exactly. So would these have like a LSD limited slip front differential, or is it just?
I think that may be optional, maybe up in there. Of course, the VR6 was optional.
Yeah, the VR6 would have had it.
That
right?
would have been the hot engine to have. But I haven't dumped the clutch in this one yet.
Yeah.
It's a brand new unit in there, so I'll have to find out later if it's limited slip or not.
I love the car. This is the kind of car that like Mighty Car Mods would build. The
Oh,
guys in Australia, Marty and Moog, I love their channel. It is like just clean, tidy, usable, enthusiast type automobile.
Well, on these kind of builds, the way I like to do them is to keep the budget low. Not with like a set budget, but just do everything budget minded. So
around to the engine.
I mean, for me, that allows me to build more cars than you would if you just went all the way in all the time.
That, and for myself, I'm an automotive enthusiast. So, you know, I would personally never own an F-150, but I can appreciate a built F-150 as somebody put their heart and soul into it, right? I'm a Dodge guy. Foreign cars, I like BMWs.
Yeah.
I'm not a Volkswagen guy. My daughter likes Beetles, but I can appreciate the craftsmanship and the effort put into this build, and that's why I wanted to share it with our viewers.
Well, that's an interesting point you make there, because I didn't have any Volkswagens either. I have a background in Volkswagens. My father, has a '67 Bug convertible. He drag races a tube chassis Volkswagen. But I've never had a Volkswagen. They don't fit in that particularly well. But then we got this
we
one.
We share that.
Yeah, that's right. So we picked up this car, and then we had a '91 Passat GL, which was also incredibly clean. And then within a year having those, the Passat's gone, this is gone, but now that it's turned into 3 Mercedes in the back parking lot. So clearly that German quality spoke to me, and now we've just gone up it here.
And these, so the turn signals are there, they're just smoke.
They are
that
smoked.
What this is? Okay, yeah.
And I don't think those register on the Volkswagen quality scale, but that's the other really nice thing about this car that I learned working on this car is there's just so many affordable pieces that you can get.
Upgrades.
Volkswagen in general. Just like really affordable, like the side trim, the Euro trim. It's not the real Volkswagen stuff. The real Volkswagen stuff, the guys, of course, get the real deal. I saw the prices like between $400 and $500 for a full kit.
Yeah.
That may have included the textured bumpers as well, which are slightly different. But I picked those side trims up and the fender arches for like $50 for the whole car. And they took a bit of extra work, and they've been painted obviously and fit to the car.
But if you're willing to put the work in,
the parts are there. It's really nice to build.
You can modify your car and enjoy it, right?
There's like 10 different choices of headlights, and the marker lights are just $30-40 a set. So it's nice working on cars with that easy availability of aftermarket parts, because I tend to pick cars with no aftermarket support.
Hey, you're not going to tell me about that. Try owning a Dodge Sweepline pickup.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to get this hoodie special made.
Yeah, you're on your own, exactly. So it's nice working on cars like that sometimes, for sure.
Gotta check it out. That's my short box, guys. We'll have that one coming up soon. Keep subscribing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can see builds like this and more like this. So now here's my next question. Now that we've had a close look at this car, do we get a peek at what's back here?
Well,
can we walk down the driveway? We don't need to talk about anything.
There's quite a bit hiding back there.
Let's just take a quick walk down the driveway.
Little
preview of what's to come. Now we all know Betsy. That's my truck sitting right there. And ignore the Astro work vans. I mean, not that I'm against Astro work vans. I'm just they're not my thing.
Well, this one on the left is going to get a pretty interesting build, I think.
Well,
Even
then,
though it's
hey.
a work van, so we'll get to that when that comes about.
So we come around the corner here, we got a Fox body Thunderbird.
1980 Thunderbird.
Yeah, we're not getting, don't get too close. Each one of these is going to get their own. There's
That's a 75 Vehicle Saver Custom.
Struggle Jennings style Buick.
And
Honda
convertible, obviously. And that's a
Accord?
1989 Honda Accord. That's sort of my first jump into
We're gonna build that.
cambered
Let's
era.
go over here. And then we got
The
the
1966 F100, which is obviously laying on the ground. It's sitting on air ride, front and rear.
and then
And then this is
what I'm looking forward to.
This is up next. This is a 1992 600 SEL
Yeah.
V12 Mercedes-Benz with a 400 horsepower motor. And
Now look at the difference between so this is obviously, as you guys know, a 68 Dodge pickup. Gotta love old Betsy. And Kurt's gone to turn off the music so we don't get demonetized. We don't want no copyright strikes. Don't copyright strike me, YouTube. Okay, so tell us about this one, Kurt, real quick. Don't get into too detail because we're gonna do a build video on it when it's done.
yeah, so this is an import from Japan. It's got 92,000 kilometers on it from 1992. It's in excellent condition.
Can I have it?
You cannot have it. This one's sticking around.
Yeah.
This one's sticking around. So this is the era of the soy-based oil and
Oh.
insulation on the wiring.
I was gonna say, does this have biodegradable wiring?
It sure does. So the whole engine wiring harness, I got a hold of this car, we clipped it open, and there's 60 bare wires just laying on each other.
Yeah.
Somehow it still ran and drive. I drove it for 6 months like that, just because I
Holy
was so
smokes.
excited to get my hands on it. This is
Yeah.
one of my dream cars. But in the near future, we have a new engine wiring harness, which should remedy that and bring it back up to the full 400 horsepower it's supposed to produce. And I got a brand new, well, not a brand new to me set of 21-inch Mayan wheels. This stuff under there. These are actually a rare set of wheels themselves.
These are AMG wheels, aren't
This
they?
is the optional AMG Aero 2 wheels for the W140 chassis.
Yeah.
And
This has got to be one of my favorite Merc chassis ever.
Oh, absolutely. The big body, full size.
The big body, full size, 400 horse V12.
You can't, and that's the flagship model.
Yeah.
So the one behind it is the same car, same chassis, same year, 92. It's the 500, so it's the 5-liter V8.
Yeah. Still a
Also
good
a nice
car.
car.
Yeah.
I think it's about, it's not that much less, maybe 80 less horsepower between
Yeah.
the two. But the V12 is just so much
when you
cooler.
get that emblem right there, like, I mean, let's have a quick look at the engine here.
It's just a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
really, but
Yeah, well, they can be.
you don't assume it's going to have.
You don't assume that this great big Luxo barge is going to have a V12.
And it hustles. It'll throw you right back in the seat. It's shocking.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
can't
intake
wait for this
manifold.
build. It's a handful, I bet.
There's no room in there for nothing else.
No.
So yeah, that's
So
coming up
what's
soon.
the engine family on this then? It would be.
This is M120 is the engine classification of the V12.
Yeah.
Don't ask me any more super detailed questions.
No, we'll
about
wait for the
Mercedes
build
engine
video.
codes. I just got so many different directions going here. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
all the knowledge
we'll
in
wait,
mind.
We'll wait for the build video. I'm the same way. People ask me about the other Dodge trucks, and I'm like, well, right now I'm working on this truck, so I'll talk to you about that one
You've
after.
got one complex set of numbers in your head, and that's enough
Yeah.
at a time.
That's like, I got a Dakota 5.9 liter RT coming up, gang. That's gonna be, I can't come up with a project name for it yet. I had a couple in my head, but they're one bad DAC, Project RT, I don't know. So
Sometimes they just come through
leave
as
in
you
the
build them.
comments below, 5.9 liter 1999 Dodge Dakota RT. That's my next project vehicle that we're gonna do. Let me know what I should call it. This is gonna be awesome when we get to do this.
I'm looking forward to it. Been driving around in these work vans for a little too long. I'm going a little stir crazy.
Yeah.
This is the living room on wheels.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, Kurt. I appreciate it. Obviously,
you coming by.
we'll be doing a lot more build videos with you, and I'll be back later tonight to get some night shots of that underglow.
Certainly. Sounds like a plan.
All right, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.